adding to this week's list of why hasn't that already happened. The US, for the first time, has announced sanctions against Russia's two largest oil companies. I'm Dr. K. I'm a political scientist who looks at how information is shared. And this move isn't just economics, it's messaging. Moscow is already under sanctions, mainly from the US and the EU, to slow Russia's war effort, but not stop it. They put a cap on what Russia could charge for its oil. But India didn't sign up to the plan, and US President Trump had no problem using tariffs to try to slow India's purchases of Russian oil. But why not just sanction the Russian oil? Trump has said in the past that he won't until Europe stops buying it too. That's right. Even though Europe is upping its defense spending because of the threat Russia represents, some countries are indirectly funding Russia's war by buying energy. These oil and gas revenues covering military spending, salaries for soldiers, missiles, ammunition, and drones. But politicians want to get reelected. And Russia is going to try to use this to its advantage. So watch out for narratives that policymakers care more about Ukraine than their own people, or the stress on national interest and that cheap energy is first, urging governments to drop the sanctions. When energy costs spike, Russian disinformation amplifies conspiracy theories, building on what they have already accomplished in destroying the trust in institutions. By saying governments are lying about the causes of inflation. Energy makes up about 50% of Russia's total export value. But not for long. Hours after the US announcement, the European Union launched its 19th round of sanctions. Both sanctioned state-owned or Kremlin-controlled firms. The US sanctioned Rosneft and the EU sanctioned Rosneft and Gazprom. The US also sanctioned Lukoil, but the EU skipped that company. The fact that the EU, just hours later, got on the sanction bandwagon was not just a time zone thing. It signals they're still looking to the US for taking the lead on some things, but it also shows that transatlantic cooperation might be stronger than it seems. I'm Dr. K. Stick with me and we'll figure things out together.